Hey there, today I'm going to show you how to draw Gizmo from Teen Titans Go. So, as usual, I'm going to start with the eye. So on the left side here, I'm just going to draw an oval. So that looks like kind of like an egg shape. And I can go in and actually make it twice as thick, just because he's got some pretty thick eyes. I'm going to move over to the other side here and do the exact same shape for his right eye. So draw a big oval, and go around twice, just to make sure I got the right thickness around the eye. Alright, and then in the middle of between his eyes, I'm going to draw a line straight across. Kind of like this, for the top of his nose. And from each side, I'm going to come down at an angle. And then I'm just going to curl in the sides of his nostrils. Let's go up above his eyes and draw in his eyebrows. So on the top here, just above his eye, I'm going to draw a curve that comes down towards the nose. And I'm going to make it thicker in the middle and then come back and taper it down. So it goes thinner on both sides, and it's thicker in the middle. Let's go to the other side. So same sort of distance between the eye and the eyebrow tip. I'm going to draw a curve. And again, going thicker as I come up, and then tapering it back down. And then here I can go in and color that in black. Alright, now let's get into the mouth. I'm going to give him a big, wide smile. So on both sides of his cheeks, I'm going to draw a dot here and a dot here. On either side of the eyes, I'm going to connect those dots with an upward curve. So coming across underneath the nose and then back up again. And then I'm going to leave some space for the bottom of the mouth. So down here, which is where my finger is, I'm going to try to connect the lines again, but get the bottom point to where my finger is. So coming down, and then back up. Alright, let's get some teeth in here. So along the top row here, I'm going to put a set of teeth, but he's got a little bit of a crack right about here. So I'll come down on one side here, and then here I'm going to come down as well. And I'm going to connect that with a curve. So I'll come across, and here I'm just going to do an upside down V to show the crack in his teeth, and then come around and connect that line. And then just around here, I'm just going to draw a curve just to indicate the tongue. And we can go in here and color this in black. Now you can save the coloring until last if you want to get caught up a little bit later. But for now, I just wanted to color this in just to see what it looks like. Alright, now here I'm going to draw in his ear first before I get into the rest of his head, because he's got a pretty big ear. So right about here is where his ear would be. So it's almost like an oval, but it's got a gap opening right here where the face is. So starting up here, it's like a big giant C. Comes around kind of like that. And then I'm going to come around to the bottom edge of that C. I'm going to draw a curve around his mouth and come up towards where his eye is. So starting here, I'll come down around the mouth and come up and try to do a curve around that mouth. Just like that. And then from here, it's going to be basically from this point, it comes around and connects to that ear. But I'm just going to draw a part of it, kind of like that, and then draw on his goggles, because the goggles are overlapped on top of his head. So let's go over this side first. Start over here. And what I want is the bottom edge of that goggle. So starting here, I'll curve around kind of like that. I'll go to this side, and I'll do the exact same thing. So right about here, I'm going to curve down and out. So now I can go in and just finish the side of his head, fill in that gap. Then from here, on this goggle, I'm going to come up with two lines that sort of come in towards each other. And then from here, I'm going to connect that with an oval inside. So let's start with the bottom edge first. So here, I'm going to come around and connect that line, and then I'll do the opposite curve the other way. Right? And then inside the goggle, he's got these two little sort of half circles. So here, and then on this side here. Let's go to the other side and do the exact same thing. So on this point, I'm going to come in. So if you imagine the line in the middle here, kind of want to go in towards the middle, just like that. And then I'll connect those two lines with a curve, and I'll reverse that curve and do the top edge. And again, I'm going to draw a curve or half circle on the top, half circle on the bottom. Now let's connect the goggle with a strap coming from the ear. And I kind of come up and tuck behind that goggle Imagine that line coming around, connecting that top here. I'll go up here, curve up, and then again doing the same line that I just did, but a little bit higher. And then I'm just going to finish off the top of his head with a little bit of hair. So from this point, I'll just come in a little bit, draw a curve out, then here I'll just kind of draw another line. So there's the top of his head. Let's get into the body. So let's separate the head with the body with a scarf. So he's got this scarf that starts right about here and ends right about here. So coming down, again, sort of like a half circle. I'm going to draw a curve here just to show some wrinkle in the scarf. And I'll probably put one more right about here, just like that. Let's get into this arm here. So starting up here where the scarf meets the arm, I'm just going to come down with a curve. So this is the outer part of his arm. I'll come down here, sort of in line with this scarf line, put a point there. And then I'm going to taper out. So you can see it's getting a little bit wider as I get towards the wrist. And then the first part is the thumb. So from this point, I'm going to draw a curve kind of like that. So it's like kind of pointy at the knuckle of the thumb. And then I'm going to cross that thumb with a T. I'm going to come in a little bit and draw a line out. And then this gets curved around kind of like that. This is for the first finger. And I'll do a series of overlaps where it kind of hooks around. And then this completes the finger. Let's go up here a little bit and draw a rectangle. So from this part in the wrist, I'm going to come down with a curve. I'll move up a little bit and draw another curve. Then connect that with a straight line. Let's move over to the body. So here, where the armpit is, I'm just going to curve a line out for the back. Let's move over to the front of the body. Right about here, I'm going to draw the exact same curve for the front of the chest. And from here, I'm going to draw the back leg. So from here, I'm just going to draw a sharp turn and curve around the back leg. I'll move up a little bit here. This is where the leg meets the body. I'm going to draw a curve kind of like that. And from here, I can draw on the foot by simply putting my pen here, coming straight down, curving straight, and doing a sharp curve, and then back up. So it's kind of like a rectangle, but it's got rounded corners. I'll move in a little bit and I'll just draw a little bit of sole with a line. And then at the toe, I'll just do a toe cap, kind of like that. Let's go up towards about just a little bit higher than the middle of the knee. I'll draw a straight line out. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing I did here on this side. So let's draw the back of the leg. Let's draw from here, I'm going to draw the front to the knee, back up. And again, coming down, across, rounding out the corner and coming back up into that knee. And doing a separation line for the heel, and then the toe cap, kind of like that. Let's draw a little bit of detail in the chest. So on this side, I'm going to draw a little rectangle for the chest plate. So coming down, I'll round out that corner, go straight across, rounding out that corner and going straight up and tucking underneath that scarf. And then he's got 3 little bands here. So I'm basically coming down, across, and up. I'm going to do that 3 times. So down, across, up, down, across, and up. Fine, let's do the last arm here. So right about at the same level of what I have on the left arm here. I'm going to start here and come down towards the wrist on the right side. And again, the inside part of the arm gets a little bit thicker as I come towards the wrist. I'll do a curve for the thumb and then cross the T, move in a little bit, and draw the first finger, second finger, and third finger, and attach that to the wrist. Move up here, and I'm going to draw a curve, curve, and then connecting that with a straight line. And then he's got a rocket pack in the back, so I'll probably put one here, and the other one probably gets hidden behind that arm a bit. So start up on this side here, draw a curve like so, coming straight down on one side and straight down on the other. Here I'm just going to round out and probably put another line here. I'll separate that in 2 with an upward curve. And just about here I'm just going to draw a straight line going across. And then here I'm just going to draw a little indication of the other side. So a curve, straight line down, that gets tucked in behind the arm. And again, separating that with a line. And I believe that is it. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's get the sideburn here. So he's got a line that kind of comes up, just like that. It's tucked in underneath the goggles. There we have it. There is Gizmo from Teen Titans Go. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give it a like, and we'll see you again soon.